Hi, my name is Justin Lara, and this is discussion board 1 for Aviation 342 at Liberty University. The G1000 provides many valuable tools to increase efficiency, situational awareness, and organization in the cockpit. While I've used the G1000 many times, I'm still discovering capabilities I did not know of previously, but could be great assets if used properly. One of these capabilities, and I probably should be more familiar with it because the soft key is on most pages of the MFD, is checklists. Checklists are one of the most important tasks a pilot must complete. There are checklists for every stage of the flight and in case of emergencies. Even if the checklist can be completed from memory, a physical checklist should still be referred to confirm nothing was missed. I typically use a traditional paper checklist when flying. With the paper checklist, I often find it difficult to stay organized. There is very little workspace in a plane. On my lap, I have my iPad, notepad, maps or charts, and writing utensils in addition to the checklist. I need to fumble around with all the other items on my lap to get to the one I need at the moment. Often my checklist will fall off my lap, requiring me to look around for it in the plane, adding to an already high workload. Holding a paper checklist means I have one less hand to operate controls or instruments in the plane. Another issue is when I'm trying to complete a checklist and something else requires attention, I lose my place when going back to it. The G1000 checklist feature displays the checklist in a hands-free manner on the MFD. A paper checklist should probably still be within reach as a backup, but it doesn't need to be right on top of your lap with all your other things. To access the checklists, simply press the checklist soft key in the bottom right corner of the MFD. The checklists are organized into 6 groups: emergency procedures, starting engine, before takeoff, takeoff, en route, and landing. First, select the group, then select the specific checklist needed. To prevent losing your place, after completing each step of the checklist, press the Done soft key. This will place a check mark next to the item, change the text from white to green, and highlight the next step. Another benefit of the Done feature is it makes it more difficult to skip a step when you are physically checking off each item. There have been times where I've tried to complete a checklist from memory, but only went through the motions of verifying I've done each step instead of actually reading the checklist and making sure everything was done. This caused me not to realize I actually forgot to lean the mixture or turn on my landing light until later. In case you accidentally hit Done on an uncompleted item, you can scroll back up to the item and an Undo soft key will appear. If the whole checklist needs to be restarted, a Reset Checklist option is available in menu. The most valuable component of the G1000 checklist feature is the emergency checklists. These checklists can be accessed quickly by hitting the checklist soft key in the emergency checklist soft key, then the emergency soft key. This will automatically open the emergency procedures group, open the checklist tab, and have your cursor ready. All that's left would be to scroll and select the specific checklist needed. The G1000 will save your place when changing pages on the MFD to access a different feature. Pressing the Exit soft key will take you to the last page before using the you were using before using the checklist feature. Scrolling and selecting the Proceed to Next checklist Scrolling and selecting the Proceed to Next checklist box in a group with multiple checklists will take you to the next checklist in that group. I have not yet had the opportunity to use this newly discovered feature in practice. I've had to make no-go decisions in my last 3 IFR lessons due to icing conditions and haven't been in the air since learning about it in the King Schools course. However, I am excited to improve my organization in the plane by utilizing the checklist feature in the G1000. I will not need to have a paper checklist on my lap or be worried about losing my checklist in the plane, and will have both my hands available when completing checklist items. I will also be less likely to miss checklist items. Hopefully weather cooperates for my next lesson on Thursday and I could try using it.